Hello, B978 here again. I have a review for you guys, but before I give out the review, start the review, I want to give you or give a shout out to 123 Pawn here in Walla Walla, Washington, to Tony and Lee. They're two really great guys, really great guys. They're very helpful, very informative. It's where I buy my guns from, so I have quite a bit of experience with them. Their prices are fair. They're more than willing to help you out with anything you need there, and they're just really friendly folks. So you guys go and check them out. It's once again, it's 123 Pawn, and it's Lee and Tony. Those guys are great, man. They really are. They're great, and they're also, they have a if you go on to Facebook, and you can look up 123 Pawn on Facebook and like them, and you can see their the inventory of guns coming in and stuff. So, you know, give it a check out. But they've got a lot of guns. They've got, you know, a little bit of everything, but mostly guns. And I've bought several guns from them, and I've never had a problem with one. Love them, and that's where I'm starting off with this review tonight. So anyway, 123 Pawn, Tony and Lee, give them a shout out, give them a stop by there. They're on Isaac Street, or Isaacs Avenue here in Walla Walla. I'm not sure of the number, but it's pretty easy to find. You'll basically run right into it. So anyway, so I was at the pawn shop, and went in there, and I was looking around, and I wanted to get back into a 1911. So I've been looking at several. I've looked at several 1911s. They have quite a few to choose from, and you know, I've checked out the Springfield loaded, hell, I even had a Colt Wiley Clap, which, beautiful. Oh, what a beautiful 1911. But just didn't, you know, it's one of those things you really don't want to carry it, because, you know, they're so expensive, and they're so nice, you just don't want to carry it, because you don't want to get your, you know, everyday wear and tear on it to concealed carry, or I don't anyway, you know. But like I went through several 1911s, handling them. Man, I mean, I've had a couple 1911s, but never could find one that worked for me. You know, because, you know, it's not just you have to find the gun that's right for you. You have to find the gun that fits your hand, feels good to you in your hand and everything. So it's hard to find. It really is. I've had a real hard time finding that gun. So so today I found that gun. It's just nice. The price is right. It's not a loaded out, you know, 1911. It's kind of like a plain canvas. for you to build. You can build on. So it works good for me because that's what I'm wanting to do anyway. Is build my 1911 up. So anyway, without further ado, I will get this sucker going on. So I'm going to fix the camera here, and I don't have a camera guy, so let me just get this fixed here so we can get this show on the road. Alright, and there we go. Para. Yes sir, Para Ordnance. Sweet, sweet, sweet gun. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this thing open up. See what we got comes in here. So we got the usual. Got your bicycle lock. You know, which you know works. It works really well if you know, for people who don't have a safe but have kids or whatever. You know, you want to lock your guns so that they can, you know, they're safe. You got the instruction manual. Man, is that backwards or something? Okay, so you guys may have to read backwards. I don't know. Anyway, so it's got some pretty good stuff. You know, it's just your, you know, tells you all about your gun and everything, and which actually it's pretty nice. You know, I got full color photos and stuff. Tells you what everything is and everything like that. So anyway, so you got the booklet, and unlike you know, a lot of the higher end 1911s, you know, a lot of them come with one magazine. This one comes with two. So let's get this sucker out of the box, and let's, of course, always want to safety check the firearm, which it's already been done, but I'm going to do it again. Got an empty magazine. Daylight. Empty. Okay, there we go. Alright. So let's get this other mag out. So you got two magazines, like I said, which I'm going to talk about the mags too here in just a few minutes when we get going on this. So I'm going to put this one away. You do get a bushing wrench, which I'll also talk about. This particular Para, you don't need one of these unless you just have weaker hands or whatever. So, all right, let's put this sucker away here. Get this out of the way. All right. So, Para 1911. It's get this thing set up so you can kind of see it while I'm blabbing. So, okay, as you can see now, these grips, so you know, do not come with it. Okay, these are the Packmeyer grips. I think they were like $30. Got the finger grooves. Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable rubber grips. They're just really nice, and they fit really well. Get you a good, where you can see it pretty good. Okay, so the grips that come on it, like I was saying earlier, you know, they don't really give you the, you know, you get the cheesy plastic grips here, the hard plastic grips, you know, nothing special there. Okay, now this particular Para is it's like just a basic para. This is the Expert, the Para Expert, in stainless steel, and you know it's nice, man. It's like I said, it's kind of like a basic, you know, it's like a blank canvas for you to, you know, do what you want to do with. The sights, I will say I do have one slight complaint. Okay, so I went and fired this earlier this afternoon, and the first few shots, you can see this. Focus in, maybe, or not. Okay, so as you can see right here, it did have a fiber optic sight. Okay, and I was shooting. I shot. It was probably my 20th round, right around there, and half the sight broke off. So let's see if I can get you where you can see it here. Yeah. Anyway, see, I mean, pretty much you can see it anyway. So, so yeah, that broke off. So now it's no longer a fiber optic sight. Now it's the plain sights. Still accurate though. It's let's see here. You've got the skeletonized hammer. Really nice hammer. You've got the a nice grip safety here. It's got the memory bump on it there. It's nice. It's got a good grip right there on the main spring housing. Main spring housing's plastic, you know, but hey, you know what? I don't even care anymore. If the gun fires and the gun works really well, I just don't care, you know. I don't care. As far, it's got the it's got a match barrel. As you can see, it's got the skeletonized, there you go, you can see a little better, trigger with the over travel screw to adjust the over travel. It is right-handed, as you can see here. Right-handed. It is not ambidextrous. I'm a lefty, so my ambi safety is in the mail. So anyways, it's extremely nice. It's extremely accurate. I put several rounds in the same holes. I fed it everything. It shot everything. I mean, it went through some hollow points. It went through some a bunch of reloads, just all kinds of stuff. And it, not one time did I have a malfunction, failure to feed, failure to fire. It worked flawlessly. It was extremely accurate and worked flawlessly. So really nice. It does have, like I say, the sights aren't all that. You've got the regular sight. It's not, you know, nothing. It's nothing special, but it is. However, they're dovetailed in, so you can take them out and replace them with like a Trigicon night sights or whatever. So that's a nice feature. So like I say, it's stainless steel, really nice stainless steel, 45 ACP. This particular model came in at 36.8 ounces. So yeah, it is a little heavy. It's a little heavy. Height wise, you know, you're looking, and I know a lot of you guys already know this. I'm talking mainly to the folks that don't know, that don't know, and maybe somebody else is looking at getting one of these and they haven't actually held one and physically, you know. So I'm just gonna give you the specs on it so that you get a fair opportunity, kind of know what to expect. So like I say, the weight's 36.8 ounces. It's 5.85 inches high, so that's how tall it is. It's 8.6 inches in length. The slide width is 0.92 inches, which it is nice and thin, perfect for concealed carry. That's what I'm using it for. The grip width is 1.24 inches. The frame width is 0.77 inches. Overall width is 1.38 inches. The trigger pull, which the trigger pull says it's 5.4 pounds. I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna say it's a little less. It has a very, very, very nice trigger, and it does not feel. I know what you know, 5.5 pounds feel like, and this is definitely not 5.5 pounds. But that's okay. I'm giving you the specs, so you know. Now your barrel length, of course, 5.6 inches. They do have a Commander model in this, in the Expert as well, and and I'm not sure about the barrel length on that one, but you know, it is shorter, so you know, is what it is. Let's see here, the guide rod. Okay, now the guide rod, which this is the first one I've ever had that has the standard guide rod, like this has the regular guide rod, the standard guide rod. I've always had the full length. Every one I've ever had a full length guide rod, and I guess they're supposed to aid in feeding or not feeding, but having a tighter fit or something. I'm not really sure about that, but it gives it's supposed to make it more solid functioning. So anyway, it does have the manual safety, of course, the right thumb safety, not ambidextrous, is not ambidextrous. Like I said, smooth as butter. The slide is nice and smooth. Of course, the grips are plastic. The ones that were on it originally, these are not. These are rubber. These are Packmeyers, by the way, just in case you wanted to get some Packmeyers. Now, this pistol MSRP's at $713, and let me tell you guys and gals, it's worth every penny of it. I'm telling you, Tony down there at the pawn shop down there at 123 Pawn, he told me, he said, I have this gun, I have that 1911, I love it, and he said, I'm pretty sure you'd love it too. I took his word for it, you know, no reason not to believe the man. You know, he was right. He was right. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it. I loved it from the time I laid eyes on it. Then when I shot it, I loved it way more. So anyway, $713 is well worth it. Well worth it. It's an amazing gun. I love it. Now, of course, the safety is also right. It's right-handed. So yeah, it is not reversible. Does have the flared lowered ejection port, which makes it easier to, or makes it eat ammo. You know what I mean? It'll take pretty much whatever you put in it. It just helps eject. Of course, it's got the inner inner ejection ejector, which instead of being the external, it's the internal. So anyway, it's not at all a bad gun. You know, you can spin. I had the pair of Black Ops, and you know, I had it for like, I don't know, like 2 weeks. Couldn't find a holster for it. So you know, I was pissed off about that, and I just said, the hell with it, I'm gonna get rid of it. So got rid of it, sold it, and didn't mess with it again until now when I found this one. So this one's a keeper. This one I am carrying as my concealed carry, and I'm loving it, loving it. So now let me put this down a minute. Okay, so there we go. Okay, magazines. All right, these mags are great. Okay, the Paramags work really well. They got a nice bumper plate. They have the non-slip or non-turn follower, no tilt follower. It will not tilt, so it's dependable, very dependable. Now I kind of show you, I got one kind of to compare to. See how this one has the like when you go to put a round in or whatever, this one will, see how that tilts like that? You know, it just moves all over. This is a Chip McCormick magazine here. This is a 10 rounder, and that's why I use it. I like the 10 rounds, and this one works okay. It's had a few issues here and there, but it does work pretty good now. I've used it for a while, so it's broken in. So plus, you know, it's got the little windows, so you can see your rounds and everything. But yeah, so pretty good mag. I'm gonna get some Metgar mags, or some Wilson Combat mags, I think. But this, like I was saying, this has the non-tilt follower. It's really nice. I used both these magazines that it came with earlier when I shot it, and they worked flawlessly. Great, worked great. no problems. They're very sturdy, plus you can break them down and clean them, which is really nice. You know, some of them are actually welded, and they're just, you know, you can't break them down and clean them, or that I know of anyway. So, or change the spring out, you know, like, because as a lot of people well know, the springs in these mags, they get weak every now and then, so you have to replace the spring, because if you don't, it'll have like feeding problems and all that. So, you know, it might not feed the last couple rounds or whatever. So, okay, with that, now as far as shooting it, I shot it. I put 100 rounds through it, and I was hitting, I'd say it was, in an approximate area, like I was about, I don't know, 30 feet away, 30 up to, you know, 10 or whatever, and it was absolutely, like, I mean, it was going, they were going in the same holes. It was just making a nice big hole. And that's one of the things I love about 1911s. They're so accurate. You know, a lot of the hostage situations, there's been several times that the SWAT team or whatever has said, you know, if the guy would have had a, you know, if the officer that was in that situation would have had a 1911, he could have effectively disengaged the situation, taken out the hostage taker without harming the hostage. I'm not saying you can't do that with a Glock or SIG or HK, whatever, but with a 1911, you get a much more accurate, very accurate, damn, I just can't talk today. They're very accurate. There we go. So, anyway, pair is made in the USA. Of course, all American made. They're made in North Carolina, and you know, that's something else that appeals to me. I love having a American-made gun, and I would much rather give my money to, you know, an American company, you know. And Glock, you know, Glock is they have also now they're making their Glocks here in the USA, so that's great. So anyway, you know, it is a great gun. I strongly recommend it for any of you that are looking for a good gun. I thought I would go ahead and just break it down so you can see the internals. Set that to the side. Let's see here. Okay. Got a little ladybug here. They come see me. Okay, so let's do this. Alright, so of course, as always, you never ever want to start tearing down or putting your hand in front of a gun that's not been checked. You always want to make sure they're not loaded. Now, obviously, this one's already been checked, but just to show good good habit, we're going to do it again. So there we go. Got daylight, and it's empty. Especially if I'm going to be pointing it at myself, you know. You sure wouldn't want to have an accident and shoot yourself, because, you know, once that bullet leaves the barrel, there's no coming back for it. So, alright. Now, so what we're going to do first here, we're going to now I'm going to tell you, and I know most of you already know this, but as I said, this is also for people who don't know. Okay, so because of would not want somebody to get an eye put out. This spring is under a lot of pressure. So now this is where I was talking about the bushing wrench wasn't really needed. I'm going to go ahead and get it out here so I can just show you, for those of you who don't know, how it works. This is your bushing wrench right here. Okay. Now the way it works is, see this little deal right here. This is a cap on the guide rod spring. Okay, the guide rod spring is inside this cap. Okay, so and the guide rod is of course down in here, but this has the, see if you can see it, it's got the finger grip, it's got the grippy, you know, deal on there. Some of the ones with the full-length guide rods, you know, they're hollow up here, so those you know, you really do have to, those are a little more difficult to get off. But anyway, this bushing wrench works like this. You take it, well, first off, if you turn this is your bushing. Okay, this black piece of metal is a bushing. Okay, and it turns left, it turns right. Okay, so you would take your barrel bushing, your bushing wrench. God, I'm really having a hard time talking. Put it on here like so, and you push it down so I can see. You push it down, and then you'll turn it to your left. Okay. Okay, and I stopped it right there to where it was right on the corner of that. Now this right here is where you really got to be careful. So you put this back on. You're going to want to cover. I put my hand over it, okay, to turn it the rest of the way, and it's gonna, when you turn it, it's going to release that spring. We're going to turn it up here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now you've got your spring and your guide rod spring cap here. Okay, and just for you guys that don't know, the spring has two ends. Obviously, it's got the open end like that. It's where it's got the, you know, the end sticking out. Okay, see it like that, and then the other end is rounded, or it's, you know, closed up. Now the closed end is the one that goes onto the guide rod. Okay, and then the opened end goes into your spring cap, your bushing or your guide rod cap. Okay, just so you know. So we'll put that to the side here. Okay, now you saw I turned the bushing to one side, okay, it won't come out from that side. What that does, when you turn it this way, it just it moves out of the way enough to where your spring assembly will come out. Okay, so then you want to turn it to the other side, okay, and it's got a notch in there, and that will allow you, the notch lines up, and then you can just line it up and that'll come right out. But it does have see if you can see it here, it's got a yeah, see the little bump right there. So you can see it better like that. That bump is what lines up inside the barrel so that you can remove this barrel bushing. Okay, so we'll set that down. Alright, now this part, you're going to want to make sure that your hammer is back, and then put your safety on. Okay, and what basically what that does is wait a minute, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I was thinking tearing it or putting it back together. My bad. Safety off. Okay, hammer down or hammer cocked. It makes it easier to pull slide back. So what you're going to do is you're going to pull your slide back. Okay, and okay, as you can see, that little black button right there. Oh, I said black button. I'm racist. Okay, so anyway, that little black part right there is the end to this. Okay, and this is your slide release lever right here. So what you're going to do, you want to line this up. Okay. Shit. It's hard to see like this, but so you're going to line it up just like that to where that notch is right over the top of this right here. Okay, and then you're going to push from the other side. You're going to push that out. Okay, and this will come out just a little bit, and then you just pull it out. Okay, and there you go. There's your slide release. Okay, now once that's out, I like to turn it upside down like this to do it, but then from that you can go ahead and pull your lower off of there. Now you got the lower half of the gun there, and now you've got to take the guide rod out. Okay, now this is what I was saying. This just lifts right out. This little guide rod right here, it just comes right out, just like that. This is the standard guide rod. Okay, short guide rod here. Now this part right here, this little U-shaped area is what straddles the barrel. So you know. So when it goes back in, you definitely want to make sure that's right. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now with your barrel, you want to make sure that when you're taking your barrel out, that it won't come out the other way. I mean, it won't come out. You can't pull it, you know, out this way. You want to put this this little link has to be down, okay, to get it out, and then you just take it and just pull it right out the end there. Okay, and now you got your barrel. There's your barrel. Alright, so we'll set that down, and that's it for that. That's as far down as you really want to take it for your cleaning and that. So really high quality. Really high quality. I haven't seen anything that would suggest any kind of a lower quality of workmanship, except for this sight. But you know what? That's okay. That's all right. If that's all that goes wrong with this gun, that's fine by me, because it's getting replaced anyway. So, okay, and then as far as let's see, it's pretty much yeah, that's it for tear down. Now for putting it back together, all reversed. Okay, so we're going to take the barrel. Okay, now putting it back in. Okay, same way. You want the link down, and we're going to put it in there, and then we'll take the the guide rod. Okay, and like I was saying, you've got that U, the U part right there, or the cutout part. Okay, that's going to straddle the barrel there. Okay, so like that, and then you can put your spring in. Oop. Just put your spring in there. Okay, you got that. Okay, and we'll take our lower, put that on the rails, slide it right on up. Okay, and there's that. Now, at this point, what I was trying to do earlier, this is where you want to put the safety up. Okay, and the reason you do that holds the slide so it doesn't go back. Okay, so you're going to use, or you're going to take your slide release now, and what you're going to do is you've got your, okay, now you know what, man, I am losing it. Don't put the safety on yet. You have to move this. You have to move the slide first. Okay, so now you're going to put that notch right back over the hole there. Okay, and you'll take your deal. Now they call this an idiot mark when people take it and they'll slide it up right there, and it'll scratch right there. It'll be around where it was on the frame, and it left a scratch when they shoved it up in there. So you want to take it and pull it away from the frame. Okay, and then put it up there. Make sure you want to slide the slide back right